Friend, what if I told you that the wealth you desire could materialize in 4 days, or even less? Not through labor, not through luck, but through a law as certain as gravity. You see, the world has sold you a lie that money is earned by the sweat of your brow. But I say to you, it is felt into existence. Think of the most profound moments of your life: the birth of a child, the thrill of love, the peace of a sunset. None of these were worked for. They arrived because you allowed yourself to feel them. Wealth is no different. It is not a transaction. It is a transmutation of energy. And you are the alchemist. Why is it that so many who claim to seek abundance remain trapped in lack? Because they wait for it. They hope for it. They work for it. But the universe does not respond to effort. It responds to assumption. What if you could collapse decades of struggle into 4 days, simply by changing how you feel? Let me ask you, have you ever noticed that the harder you chase money, the faster it flees? That's because the chase is rooted in fear. Fear of not having, fear of failure, fear of needing. And fear, my friend, is the language of poverty. The universe speaks in feelings, not in spreadsheets. Let me tell you of a merchant in ancient times who stood at the crossroads of poverty and plenty. Every night he fell asleep, imagining his empty coffers filling with gold. Every morning he awoke to the same hollow purse. Then one night he had a revelation. He stopped begging the gods and became the god of his own imagination. He felt the weight of gold in his hands, smelled the incense of success, heard the clink of coins as if they were already his. On the fourth morning, a caravan arrived, bearing riches beyond his wildest dreams. The world called it a miracle, but he knew it was the law. Now, let me tell you of a modern merchant, a woman who sat in a cramped apartment, drowning in debt. She too tried everything: budgets, affirmations, vision boards. But her breakthrough came when she stopped trying and started feeling. She began each day sipping coffee from a gold-rimmed cup, wearing a silk robe she couldn't yet afford, and signing her name as if she were a millionaire. On day 4, an old colleague called with an offer, a partnership that tripled her income. The universe didn't reward her. It simply mirrored who she'd already become. The secret is this: money is not earned. It is assumed. Your financial reality is a mirror of your emotional state. If you feel broke, you broadcast broke to the universe. If you feel wealthy, you command wealth to assemble itself at your feet. But here's what even many spiritual seekers miss. Assumption is not positive thinking. It's not forcing a smile while your stomach churns with anxiety. It's a radical surrender to the feeling of already having. It's the difference between hoping for rain and knowing you're already standing in the storm. Tonight, as you drift into that twilight between waking and sleep, do not dwell on lack. Instead, enter the feeling of already having received. Imagine the relief of debts dissolved, the joy of generosity, the quiet power of a full account. Do not visualize, live. Let the warmth of fulfillment seep into your bones. This is the gateway. The subconscious cannot distinguish between real and imagined. It obeys the feeling. Add a practical example. Here's how to deepen this. Before sleep, write a fake bank statement with your desired balance. Place it under your pillow. Let your subconscious absorb it as truth. Or whisper to the darkness, "Thank you, it's done." Gratitude is the ultimate amplifier of assumption. Upon waking, reject the urge to check in on your manifestation. A king does not count his gold each dawn. He knows. Begin your day as the wealthy version of yourself. Walk with a lighter step. Breathe as one who is unburdened. When doubt whispers, smile and say, "The evidence is on its way." Think of your mind as a radio tower. If you broadcast fear, you'll attract chaos. Broadcast calm certainty, and the universe tunes into your frequency. This morning, choose your station wisely. Hum a song of abundance as you dress. Smile at your reflection as if greeting a trusted friend. These small acts are not trivial. They are the rituals of a sovereign creator. On day 3, the world may test you. A bill arrives, a door closes, a voice hisses, "This is foolish." Do not resist. Simply deepen your assumption. Remember, the seed does not argue with the soil. It grows in silence. By day 4, you will not hope. You will know. I once worked with a man who on day 3 received a $2,000 car repair bill. Instead of panicking, he laughed and said, "How interesting. This is the last gasp of lack before my new reality arrives." The next morning, he discovered an inheritance from a long-lost relative. Coincidence? No. The law. I am the sculptor of my reality. I feel the fullness of wealth now. I am grateful for what I have already received. My subconscious accepts this as truth, and the universe obeys. Repeat after me. I am the living proof of abundance. My worth is not tied to my labor. It is etched into my soul. Every cell in my body radiates financial freedom, and the universe rearranges itself to match this truth. Let's ground this in science. Your brain releases neurochemicals in response to your feelings. When you feel wealthy, you activate the same neural pathways as someone who is wealthy. Your body becomes a magnet for opportunities, ideas, and people that align with your state. This isn't woo-woo, it's biology. You are literally reprogramming your reality, cell by cell. Friend, you are not a beggar at the universe's door. You are the creator, the dreamer, the architect. These 4 days are not about manifesting. They are about remembering who you truly are. When you assume the feeling of the wish fulfilled, you step into a new identity, and identity always commands its reflection. Go now, sleep in the consciousness of wealth, awaken as the heir of your imagination, and watch as the world rearranges itself to match your inner state. The law is faithful, the rest is inevitable.